The Jaguars had the number 1 overall pick in Trevor Lawrence and had a lot of holes all over their roster. And they were trying to restart the entire organization, hiring Urban Meyer, drafting Trevor Lawrence, and away they would go. And they had another first-round pick, number 25. And knowing that you need to do everything to give Trevor Lawrence a fighting chance, you would have thought automatically, well, draft pick number 25, your second first-rounder should be an offensive line. You should try to make sure that offensive line is absolutely stand out, as good as humanly possible, as quickly as humanly possible, to avoid things like Derek Carr or Andrew Luck, young quarterbacks that were drilled consistently earlier in their career, and certainly it took its toll. You could argue, well, you know what? There was an offensive lineman there available, but go out and get pass rush. You could always use more pass rush, right? First round draft pick, you could always use more pass rush. You could always use more offensive line. Is there a corner there? And corners, good corners, they get paid a lot of money in the open market. Find a good corner out there. You could even say, how about wide receiver? Give your quarterback as many weapons as possible as a protection. But the one thing I wouldn't do if I'm a 1-15 Jacksonville Jaguars team, the one thing I wouldn't do is spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Now, Travis Etienne was a breakout, big play star for Clemson, and they had just drafted Clemson's quarterback. And I'm sure the thinking in that organization as they made it public was, hey, Trevor Lawrence knows this guy. They had a huge, explosive offense at college together. You give him another running back out of the backfield. You give him a weapon in the passing game. You're already trying to put ETN in wide receiver situations. Remember back at rookie camp. And you're saying, hey, it's another option for Trevor Lawrence and one that he's familiar with. This is going to help Trevor Lawrence. And I can in many ways empathize with that line of thinking. You think you're doing the right thing, except you had an out-of-nowhere running back last year in James Robinson become your feature back. And nobody saw that coming. And I would say, if you already have a feature back and he's already come out of nowhere, so it's already been proven you don't have to spend a first-round draft pick on something like that, why would you do that now? And I've always said, look, if you think you're a running back away and you feel like this is our final piece, okay, that in the next 4 years on his rookie contract, you think that this is the final piece of the puzzle for you. All right, I can get down with that rationale. Even though I wouldn't do it, I can get down with that rationale. What I can't understand is a 1-15 team drafting a running back in the first round. Now, you might say, well, DA, this is the 25th pick of the first round, so it's not an early first-round pick. And look at what the Chiefs did, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Yeah, but they had almost everything else on their roster done with. I mean, they're the Chiefs. They were coming off a Super Bowl. And even there, you might argue, is that really the smartest decision for them? And now Etienne's done for the season. And again, I don't blame the Jaguars for not seeing an injury waiting to happen. But I do say you have a roster that is bereft of talent in many positions. You've got a rookie quarterback that you're trying to help out as much as possible. And you've already found a bargain basement running back to be the A guy. Use that first round pick on something, some position, some player that you feel you can't dig out of the bargain basement, or that is directly going to influence the outcome of games more than a running back, because that guy, especially if he goes down in injury, is a total waste. Now it's a complete waste. And ETN, you hope, comes back out of the foot injury and next year is productive and that he ends up being a good piece of the puzzle for Trevor Lawrence. But Travis Etienne, you're telling me you don't think you could find a Travis Etienne light in the 5th round? You're telling me you don't think you could find a similar player in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round or an undrafted free agent? Because it's highly unlikely you could do that with a first-round offensive line. It's highly unlikely. It's highly unlikely you're going to find a shutdown corner in the 6th round, so you could take a cornerback there. It's highly unlikely you're going to find those positions in the bargain bin the same way you could find a running back in the bargain bin. And now ETN's done for the season as well. It just feels like a real misstep by that organization.